G'day swingers. So, we're out and about at our lovely creek down here today. We're going to do some more panning and some crevicing, a little bit of detecting, a little bit of everything. We've had a bit of rain around recently, so as you can see just here, I was working this section about a week ago, and all of this area here was all dry. I was working some bedrock in there. You can see the bit of broken bedrock sitting up there. There was a whole heap of crevices across. I only got about 0.01 for the day, sorry 0.1, so it wasn't enough to really show or bother about showing you. Ninja just down there, so this is where we dug our big hole ages ago, just around the corner. Found 0.3 last week that we were here, so he did alright out of that. But today I'm just going to go through and check over a few spots, seeing it's a little bit wet. As you can see, it's fairly wet around here. The pants have got a good soaking this morning, from dry to wet, but I'm not too fussed. It's nice and cool. It's like air conditioning. So I'm going to get up here somewhere. There was a spot that I did a while ago with some bedrock benching. I'm going to get into there and give it a check. I think it's actually just over there, but we'll go and have a scrape and a swing around and see what I can find. Alrighty swingers, so I've had a bit of a swing over here, haven't found anything. Ninja's come up with a monster as well. He hasn't found nothing either. So I thought I'd just have a bit of a test. This is the crevice here that I pulled 0.3 out of a while ago. So I thought I'd just check in here. There's a nice crevice underneath it. Bit of rock in it, but there's too much loose stuff on top. I dragged all the loose stuff back. As you can see, it's been disturbed. I got down to the bottom and there was a couple of rocks that have popped out the way. Took a test pan worth of material and got one tiny speck. So I decided to have a look around and I found this pocket sitting up on the same line as that. Now, I did find a little bit of colour in there, but it wasn't much, so I thought I'd check this pocket. Done 2 pans of the light material off the top and found 1 speck in each of the pans. It wasn't very big each piece, but so we're up to a couple bits of gold already. And now I'm going to check what's out of the bottom of that crevice. I've got the material out of the cracks there and there in that scoop, and the rest of it is in that pan. So I'll get down to the creek and we'll give that a bit of a pan and see what happens. Fingers crossed there's some shiny. Alright, well that pan was bust. There was nothing in it, so I'm going to go and have a walk around and see if I can't find some way to detect down there. I'll show you how much fun it is walking through some of this crap. Alright, so I just had to get you on the little stand so it's a bit easier and you don't have to listen with all the noises of me holding the camera. As you can see, this is not exactly the funnest ground to be walking through. It's quite low, thick, deep, and you don't know where you're going. There's wombat holes all through this stuff, so you've got to be careful not to fall in a hole as you're going. You can see it's thick and it's nasty, but thankfully it's a bit cold and the snakes aren't around today. We haven't seen any here yet, thankfully, but I probably just jinxed myself. Anyway, thought I'd show you the fun we get into sometimes, and that's why the pants are soaked. But it's all part and parcel of prospecting, trying to find those good bits of gold. I'll get back to you soon. Alrighty, so I've got to be quick because I'm running low on battery, but I just came back to the spot where Ninja helped me at the very start to find my very first piece, the swan, which will be a photo here. Now, I've come back and I've scraped the bedrock because it just seemed like it disappeared on us. And I'm glad I did because I just came back and you can see it in the scoop. I got a nice little nuggie. It's a flat bit, but it's a nugget all the same. So I'm happy to have it. Sorry, I got lens cap on my mouth. That's a ripping bit and you wouldn't believe it. I got another target just underneath it, so I'll drop that in there, so safe keepings. And I'm just going to unplug my speaker and just hear. So I'll chase that in and I'll get back to you in a sec, but I might have 2 bits of gold. Alright, well it seems that was one of those disappearing targets, but I just got another target here, just in the very top corner of our scrape. Listen to this. That's a bit of gold, that's a chunk. Get back to you in a sec. Alright, this is where things get deceiving. So you heard the targets before, now listen to it in here. Right, it's actually woken up a bit louder than I thought before. So it's in the clump somewhere. It's going to do the old clump by clump. It's in there somewhere. So I'll just check that. Not in there. Let's break this up. Let's see if a bit of chunky doesn't drop out. Come on. Still in there. Nothing obvious. So let's pick up a few clumps. I'm only just putting this material just here so I know exactly where it's going to. I can hear something in there, but I can't see anything. Come on, bit of shiny, where are you? Still nothing very visible. Is that it there? Yep, just a lead shot right next to a bit of gold. So you never know. Could find a bit of gold, you could find a lead shot. You just got to dig it up to find out. But oh well, swing it on. Alrighty, so I finished up where I was, somewhere up that way, and I decided to come down further to where we haven't really looked yet. And holy moly, we got a bend coming in here, hitting this lump of bedrock, comes around to where I'm standing right now. I'm just going to get up there so you can have a look better. You can see you got a big hole in there, good catch point. And you look down this way and you got sort of a pinch point, opens up wide around here, so that'd get a bit of the fast water, but it'd sort of slow down a little bit there. Most of the harder water will be coming under this way. You can see I got bedrock everywhere, just everywhere. So I'm going to take a couple pans out of here and see if I can't find some good colour. I just detected 2 pieces of fencing wire here, so I think that's where I'll start. Back to you shortly. Alright, well that one coming in is my crevice. So there's actually a crevice running this way through the guts of the creek. You can see the bedrock sticking up. Another bit on the other side. First pan, just the overburden. Nice little flake. So I'll keep panning that crevice and I'll get back to you. Alright, 3 pans in, and as you can see I just found 2 nice bits of gold, a few fine specks in there, and a little bit of lead. So I'm going to keep sucking out that crevice. I just started using the crevice pump like a yabby pump. So I put my hand over the end, pull the end, and then cap it just so I can grab all the material inside. There's a lot left in the bottom, so I'll get back to you when I've got that out. How awesome is this? So as you can see I'm cleaning out my crevice pump. She's still loaded. And a bit of gold showed up right there in the pan, so I'm going to snuff that out and clean the rest of that out and show you what's in the pan. Back in a sec. Alright, so I just finished cleaning out the crevice pump. As you can see, I got myself a nice little picker here. Oh, can I pick it? I can pick it. It's a picker. It's got a little bit of shape to it. It's a bit rough, and that's just what we like. Now, there are a couple other bits of fine material in there, fine bits of gold up here. But I've still got a little bit of material left in the crevice, so let's get it. And I'll get back to you then. Alright, so as you can see, I'm in the bottom of the crevice. I've got all the pipe clay blue broken down bedrock bits. And the crevice pump is full as well. I'll get back to you after that. Alright, not as good as I was expecting. As you can see, I've got a shotgun pellet, one nice little flake, and 2 small little flakes to go with it. So, all in all, we're doing okay. I'll just keep picking some crevices and see how I go. Get back to you later. Alright, so you may be able to see where the pan is there. I was just panning in there in that little crevice. I'll just come down further here, past this big obstruction of bedrock. Creek runs this way and hits that rock into there. Unfortunately I don't have my yabby pump, so I can't check in there just yet. But down here, oh, this nice crevice right here. Shotgun, that's mine. Alright, so just up there in the distance, that's the bedrock bar that I was working, just back here. I only found one nice little flake, so come down further. Then I've just found this pocket here. So, if you have a look just in here, it's a bit hard to see. There's a rock bar running across here, and I've got a rock bar across there. So I'm going to plunge straight in there, and I'll see how I go. Back to you soon. Alright, well that's got to be probably one of the best pans of the day. A few nice bits of gold. I'm still working this crevice, and I've just got into the bottom of it, started scratching it out using the crevice pump. So let's see what else is in there. Hopefully a lot more than that. And yet again, another nice little pan, 4 or 5 nice little specks. It's hit and miss in this creek, so if you're getting that, you're doing okay. Sometimes you'll find 30 or 40 specks in a pan, but it's only ever happened once. Anyway, I'll keep going. Alrighty, swingers. So I've just got a target here in one of these clumps. Not sure which one. Right, it's that one apparently. So just going to break it open here because this is the right looking material for where the gold can hide, because this is what they were excavating out, trying to get to the gold. So hopefully it's a bit of shiny. I'm very, very hopeful. It's definitely gotten louder. Just put you on the belt for a second. It's in the hand. Still in my hand. A bit of shiny I just seen. Nope. Come on, where are you? Still on the scope. Very small. It's in my hand now. There we go. It's a little bit of gold. A little teeny tiny gold ball. Yes, second piece detected today. That was a tiny, tiny little one. Look at this. Dink. Sorry the grass is in your way. But it's a very, very little bit. But I don't mind. That's tiny, but I just detected that. So, you little ripper. Alright, I've got no more battery, so I will see you when I get home. Okay, it's a couple of days later, hence the fresh shave. Now, on Sunday when we were down at the creek, I put my time and effort into sort of doing a bit more prospecting rather than trying to mine out some gold. I wanted to explore a bit of the creek and just see how floods had affected the creek, and whether we'd missed spots that we should have been looking at earlier, all these sorts of things, just to see if I could find a bit more colour for us to work. It is a sporadic creek. It's very hit and miss. You're not going to always find good colour. There's a lot of deep pools in it, and we haven't been able to access bugger all of those. So at the moment I'm trying to sort of find what we can access, because the water usually just during this time of the year it's absent, it's gone, there is no water. But we have quite a bit this year due to the weird summer we've got with the La Nina cycle we have. So unfortunately we lost a lot of prospecting ground very early. We had about a 3-week window to hit some of these spots, and that was just not enough. So I am trying to find some spots where we can still work. There are a few spots I found, but unfortunately with the equipment I had on the day, being that I had a 10-inch pan and just a crevice pump, no yabby pump or a 15-inch pan with a classifier, I couldn't move enough material to try to look at these spots that looked really inviting. Next time I go there, I will definitely take those with me, and I will have a crack at those for sure. Now, it is hit and miss, but there are spots where you can be rewarded for not much effort. So there was one day down there I managed in, I think it was about 5 or 6 pans, 1.1 grams. There was 0.89 in one single pan. So as you can imagine, I was pretty ecstatic with that. To find my first nugget firstly, and to have a pan like that, yeah, it's a very memorable day. I still can't get that one out of my mind. So that's the reason we keep going back, because there is good pockets around. It's just a matter of doing a bit of reconnaissance and actually finding where it's sitting and where it could be hiding. So for the total for the day, as you can see here, this is the result for the day's panning, 0.178 of a gram. So not very much, probably about half of what we'd normally find in a day. That's on an okay day. Some days we'll come out of there with only 0.1 for a full day's work. It all depends on where you're working and whether someone's hit it before you. The total for the detecting, as you can see here, 0.147, so those two little bits added up quite nicely. Be nice to find some bigger bits, but we have already pretty much cleaned out this creek. It's fairly close to home, so we've definitely been back plenty of times, and we'll be back plenty more. And as for the total for the day, I forgot to get a photo of that together, but it was a grand total of about 0.32. So all in all, not too bad at all. I'm happy to take a third of a gram. It wasn't exactly a hard day. I did put a lot of effort in. It was just more the thick grass took it out of me, and having to balance on bedrock. If you prospect, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's hard work balancing on the bedrock and trying not to fall in, especially when you're wearing gumboots and you don't want to fill them with water. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you do, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so, but you like the content of my channel, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next week. Cheers for watching. Salada.